Hello guys and welcome to an Ethereum price prediction and some Ethereum news. Ethereum price has crypto traders searching for answers. From the May 23 low, Ethereum price sketched an uneventful path, with a progressively narrow range in the form of a symmetrical triangle. However, the June 16 break of the symmetrical triangle's lower trendline forced ETH investors to consider a test of the May 23 low of $1,728 and potentially a much more significant sell-off. The measured move of the symmetrical triangle is approximately 43% from the break lower on June 16, taking Ethereum price to $1,357. Today, Ethereum price has struck support at the 200-day SMA, the first test of the strategically important moving average since April 22, 2020. ETH must hold the tight range between the May 23 low of $1,728 and the 200-day SMA at $1,872 on a daily closing basis. A failure to hold leaves the smart contracts giant vulnerable to a test of the 2018 high at $1,419, equaling a 28% decline from the current price. If selling pressure fails to subside at 2018 high, then the probabilities rise that the altcoin will sweep the measured move target of $1,357. A bullish reversal in Ethereum price and a daily close above the tactically important price level of $2,041 would be a starting point to evaluate swing trading opportunities from the long side. A bounce above $2,280 would be further confirmation of a new trading opportunity. Ethereum price dislocation is not unlike most altcoins. ETH failed to show any impulsiveness or accumulation for almost a month. Despite being down 40 to 50% at different times, market operators were not motivated to enter the market with any commitment, leaving the digital asset locked in a tightening technical noose. Before we go into the next Ethereum price prediction, please subscribe and write a comment saying, "I subscribed," and I will reply back to as many as possible. Ethereum price prediction. ETH USD could drop below 1800 if current support fails. As China moves to expand the horizon of its cryptocurrency bans, the Ethereum price prediction based on the daily chart picture shows that the current support is all that holds back Ethereum prices from a collapse below $1,800. The People's Bank of China, PBOC, met with several stakeholders in China's banking and online payments industry and released a document that effectively broadened the base of the cryptocurrency ban. The crypto market has reacted negatively to the development, with Ethereum prices crashing more than 14% this Monday. The latest events have introduced more FUD into the market. As Ethereum prices fall below $2,000 for the first time in a month, we look at the possible price levels of note and form an Ethereum price prediction from there. Technical levels to watch. The Ethereum price prediction of a drop below 2,000 has played out, as the daily candle has broken below the channel's lower border. However, the active candle has found support at the 1935.79 support. If this support level gives way, we could see a further dip to 1844.20, before 1737.45 comes into the picture. A bounce from the current support lines up a retest of 2047.27, lows of the 20th of April and the 20th of June. 2143.44 comes into the picture as an additional barrier. But Ethereum prices have a real chance of price recovery only if 2439.10 gives way, opening the door for 2600 and 2800.26. Let's get into the news. Ethereum price prediction. Is it really that different from 2017-18 for ETH? Despite the market coming a long way in the last 4 years, the Ethereum price action bears some similarities to the first cryptocurrency bubble. Ethereum is last trading at $2,012, down $232, minus 10.36%. In spite of the constant cries that things are different this time around, the 2017 analog is playing out almost perfectly. The ETH price action bears a striking resemblance to 2017 and early 2018. Moreover, both 2017-18 and 2021 thus far are following the famous stages in a bubble illustration below. The stealth awareness phase 2017. In 2017, we could liken the early part of the year to the stealth, then awareness phases. The Ethereum price gained over 5,000% to $439 before encountering the first sell-off. 2021. Following the March pandemic low of $108 in March 2020, ETH enjoyed pretty smooth sailing, through to the February 2021 high of $2,129, plus 2,400%. The first sell-off and bear trap 2017. From June through July, the Ethereum price dropped 70% to $155. This resulted in many of the early skeptics proclaiming the market was finished. However, ETH stabilized and went on to recover. 2021. In a sharp correction from the February high, ETH lost 40% over 9 days, trading from $2,129 down to $1,287. Again, the Ethereum price recovered. Mania phase. Media attention, enthusiasm, and greed. 2017. From the August low, ETH steadily increased, and by December was 540% higher and nudging $900. This was around the time the tabloids and mainstream media started to cover cryptocurrencies, and the general public became more aware of their existence. 2020. While nowhere as impressive as 2017's bounce, within 5 weeks, the Ethereum price had recovered from its February low and firmly approaching the next phase of the cycle. Blow-off phase. Delusion and new paradigm. I'll start this by describing an interaction I had with a neighbor of mine. Let's call him Mike. Mike is a farmer and has been for 20 years. He typically spends his days feeding his chickens and tending to his goats. About 6 weeks ago, Mike turned up at my place asking me if he should buy Ethereum. He said he'd read that it was going to $10,000, and he didn't want to miss the opportunity. At the time, ETH was trading around $3,200 from memory. Anyway, whether he did or not, I have no idea. I make it a point never to give investment advice to friends and family, as you are never paid for the winners but constantly reminded of the losers. 2018. In the first 2 weeks of January, the Ethereum price more than doubled, gaining 130% from $661 to $1,529. This proved to be the top. This brought many of the earlier skeptics back into the market, chasing the price higher. The FOMO-fueled rally eventually leading to a blow-off top. 2021. In the 2 weeks following the 26th of April, ETH extended higher by 107% to this year's peak of $4,646. This may or may not prove to be the top. Denial and bull trap. 2018. The first leg of the crash wiped 76% from the Ethereum price in a week. The week after, a knee-jerk 86% bounce followed. 2021. In May's wipeout, ETH dropped 63% over the course of 7 days, gaining 75% in the 7 that followed. Fear and capitulation. 2018. After initially bouncing, Ethereum turned lower again. The second leg lower resulted in 71% of ETH's value being wiped out in the next 2 months. Eventually, the Ethereum price bottomed in December 2018 at $79.60, some 95% below its 2018 peak. It would take 3 years for ETH to make a new high. 2021. So far, Ethereum is down 35% from the $3,007 top of the reactive bounce from the 23rd of May low. I'm not suggesting it will, but if ETH follows the 2018 analog and loses 71%, it would take the price back to $900. Although this seems pretty far-fetched if you are focusing on the $4,464 top of last month, it was a price last traded on the 11th of January. It can also be remembered as the peak of the enthusiasm and greed phase in 2017. It goes without saying that past performance is no indication of what happens in the future. But, unfortunately, manias and speculative bubbles have a habit of following similar paths. This is much less to do with the price but more about human behavior and investor psychology. Whilst we all hope it's different this time, you must also consider that it may not be. Thanks for watching the Ethereum price prediction and Ethereum news today.